Hey, ladies and gents, how you doing out there? Thanks again for coming on to our next following episode. Today we have a wonderful guest. She's the youngest ever bikini professional competitive athlete. She's preparing for her first Olympia competition. She's already won 2 professional championships. She's a personal trainer, posing coach. Please welcome to the show, Beatriz Biscaia. Thanks for coming on the show. I'm greatly appreciated.
Oh, thank you so much.
How's Portugal this time of the year?
It's a little bit confusing because during the day it's hot and it's windy too, and now it's
Mhm.
freezing. I have my feet like freezing. But yeah, it's okay. It's a good country, so
Yeah.
it doesn't
Are,
matter.
are you are you close to any water?
Yeah, I live close to the beach. I live in
Oh,
Aveiro, so in the
awesome.
north.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So, hey, how's your Olympia prep going?
It's by far one of the easiest ones, I would say, because at this moment, I think I'm eating like two to 2,200 calories, and
Oh,
I'm
wow. Okay.
52 kilos, so it's really good. And doing just 1 hour of cardio, and yeah, so it's really good. I'm feeling energized, and my workouts are really good. My cardio is the minimal for me because sometimes I even do 2.5 hours. So yeah, it's amazing. It's being like a reverse diet for me.
Okay. You say you do 2.5 hours of cardio?
No, but once I did when I came from,
Oh, I see. At some
yeah, I
point
had to
in the past.
lose, yeah, I had to lose a bit of legs and a little bit of size because I became too big to bikini.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
yeah, I had to do 2.5 hours, and it was like death for me, and I don't really like cardio. So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
having an hour, like an hour fasted, I have everything done by the morning, so it's okay for me. It's being really cool.
Aw- Awesome. Awesome. So, s- how how early do you start like a prep for a show like the Olympia? How many weeks?
I've been prepping this year. I'm prepping since January 1st.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
I don't really know how to answer you, but I have
Okay.
an idea. Because I Olympia will be my sixth show
Mhm.
this year. So I've been prepping since the January 1st.
So
But
you didn't have much time in between shows to
no,
really,
I didn't.
get out of shape. Yeah.
Exactly, I didn't. I just had a week of vacation, I would say, like off of the gym and off of the diet. But this year I only had 4 weeks. I had 5 shows and 4 weeks of rest. So yeah, I've been prepping since then. But I would say 8 weeks because I had my last vacation um, when I was 8 weeks out or 9 weeks
Okay.
out, and then I started the prep at week 8 weeks out.
Awesome. So about you started kind of pushing it 8 weeks out or so.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So at this point, are you planning to do keep that kind of regimen next year and the years following? That many shows a year?
I
Six?
don't know. Only the future and the time will tell me, I think. But for this year, I don't know if I'm doing more shows after because last year in 2018, I did 8 shows too, and
Hmm.
I started prepping in January too. I just had a month off prep when I traveled to Canada with my family.
Hmm.
And the rest of the year was all about prepping and the studying because I ended my high school, and it was a bit tough for me having the two worlds
Hmm.
around me. So
Sure.
it was a bit tough for me. And this year, as I um, as I am going to the Olympia and I already did 5 shows, and the Olympia will be the sixth.
Okay.
Maybe if I have like a okay, it would be really good for me to go to that specific show. I'll probably do that one, but I'm not thinking about it. About the next year, I'm thinking about doing the Arnold's if I get the invitation,
Hmm.
and some more shows because I want to qualify again for the Olympia, obviously.
Right.
So yeah, I'm planning on doing some more next year
Okay.
too.
All right. So you were saying that you just finished high school fairly recently, right? Did
Yeah.
when did you get your pro card?
I got my pro card in November of 2018, so
Okay.
almost a year ago.
Okay. So and at what age was that?
17.
At 17 years old. So that's got to be pretty young in the division. Is that I saw somewhere where I either read it or heard about that. Was that the youngest in the bikini division to get a pro card?
I think I am. I already searched about it, and I think
Hmm.
in the bikini division, uh, now, like today, I am.
Okay.
But I know that once a girl competed at the age of 18 at the Olympia too. So
Hmm.
I don't know. And the girl that is called, I think Ingrid or something like that. I don't know
Okay.
her specific
Yeah.
name. Her pro
Yeah. I'm
card,
not
yeah,
sure.
at
Hmm.
14, I think, at the Arnold, but she's Elite Pro, so I don't know.
So, how many shows did it take for you to get your pro card? How many shows did you do before you actually earned your pro card?
In 2017, I competed in Elite Pro because the split didn't happen at
Hmm.
that time, I think. So in Portugal, we only had the Elite Pro, and I only had the option to compete.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
So, as
So
most of the shows that you do, are they European shows, or do you come to the US often?
Now I'm going out of the Europe more, also because I see myself more out of the Europe. Um, so yeah, but before, as I was saying, in 2017, I only competed by the IFBB
Yeah.
Elite, and then I started competing for the NPC in May of last year, and I did
Hmm.
8 shows, or yeah, 8 shows before I got my pro card, and went to all the overalls and came second and came last one, but in the overall. So yeah, it was tough too. But yeah, it was like 8 shows. I hate eight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, bikini girls compared to, and I mean women in general tend to do more shows than the men. The men, comparatively don't do as many shows, especially at like the Olympia level or the elite level. It's a little bit unfortunate, but that's just the way it
Yeah.
is.
Even bikini, Angelica Teixeira, which is the Miss Bikini Olympia,
Right.
only did the Olympia, I think, and last year did like I don't know 3
Mm.
shows. I don't know. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's normal, I think.
What do you think about Angelica for this year? Do you consider like you think that she's going to take her, I believe is her third if she wins it this year?
Yeah, yeah. If she wins, it's the third win. I don't know. She's really good, and I really like her shape, and she's like more mature, and watch her videos when I'm doing the cardio.
Hmm.
I watch her videos, and um, because she stopped for a long time, she probably improved so much. I see the things this way because she had so much time to improve the body parts that she wanted. So I think she will come way better than last year, and I believe in her. But also, Laura Lee looks amazing, and Isa Pessini also looks amazing. So I don't really know what to expect, but I really like all of them. So,
Hmm. I'm actually Elise Piscini. I'm actually having her on sometime, I believe
oh,
next
really?
week. So that yeah, that'll be interesting to talk to her. So how did you how did you get involved? I mean, getting your pro card at 17 years old, if not the youngest, then for sure one of the youngest ones to get it. What made you be interested in fitness, competing, so forth?
So about the gym, I started weightlifting, or maybe going to the gym. I would say I started going to the gym at the age of 15 because I stopped dancing and I had to do something to be active, because
Hmm.
I've always been active like all my life, and my parents are really like the sports and everything like that. And I grew up in such energetic environment, so
Hmm.
that's something that runs in my blood, I would say. So I registered myself in the gym in 2016 because my dad goes to the gym too and does gym classes and CrossFit and
Hmm.
spinning and things like that. So yeah, I started going with him and I started liking to weight lift, and started going 2 times a day when I was on vacation and things like that, and started doing looking for my health in terms of food. So I started counting macros and using the MyFitnessPal and everything. So yeah, then my coach appeared in my life and told me that he wanted me to compete. So yeah, he he did take me to the stage.
Who's your coach?
My coach is Cesar Gandra. I don't know if you know him.
I'm no, I'm not aware.
Yeah,
Is he
he's Portuguese too.
okay? Yeah, I imagine he's local. Yeah, with a name like that. Um, so I guess at this point, you started, you got your pro card. You're going to your first Olympia, correct? So
Mhm.
what would be a win for for you? I mean, obviously everybody wants to win the show itself, but what would you be happy with leaving there? Is there placing? Is there a look that you'd be happy with?
I'm buzzed about going to the Olympia in my first year and about going to Olympia at all. So even the if I place 25th, which is the last one, I would be happy. I will be honest with you, I would be happy because it's the last one of the Olympia. So
Sure,
for me it's okay.
sure,
but
sure.
but yeah, we are looking for maybe a top 15 or a top 10, I don't know, because it depends on the girls, on how they are looking, or and the judges, and depends on so many things. So yeah, maybe a top 15 or a top 10, I would say it would be a win for me.
Okay. What kind of look are you trying to bring in? The reason I ask is I would talk to Nicole, who competes in figure, and actually Camille Periad, who's also going to be in the Olympia in the bikini division. And we were talking about how sometimes the bikini girls and everyone in general, all the levels of women and men, have become more and more harder. But Angelica is probably a little bit softer, and that's kind of the look that they're, giving the win to. Do you come in a little harder, or usually bring in a softer look?
I really like to come in like really, really lean, but that's my
Okay,
personal preference.
sure.
So my coach told me that okay, bikini doesn't have to be so lean, so you don't have to step on stage with 48 kilos. So yeah, now we are trying to grow. I would say grow a little bit more or come in a
Mhm.
little bit fuller, because the feedback from the judges was that I should come with the shape between Toronto and Vancouver. So it's like between my sharpest one and my fullest one, more or less. So yeah, I'm
Mhm.
trying to bring a balanced one between my useful my the way I used to step on stage.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to go a little bit full because they are big. Angelica
Yeah,
looks
right.
big, and they all look big, and I'm 158 centimeters, so I have to
Hmm.
look a little bit bigger.
Sure.
But I will try to come with my own line. I don't want
Right.
to lose my line, and just because, okay, I have to follow their ideas, but I want to come with my line and the way people know me, which is my, if I eat too much, maybe my waistline will be bigger or will look bigger or something like that. So I would like to stay in my way, in the way I look like and I used to look like, but a little bit fuller.
Hmm.
Maybe that. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I understand what you mean. You want to have your own look. You don't want to try to
Yeah,
chase how
exactly.
other people look. I get it, but at the same time, you're looking at what the judges are, wanting
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. And
So
now I have like 4 more kilos than Toronto, I think. Or
so
Toronto.
what does your training look like? Like, how do you train for these competitions, or just in general? How do you train? Do you
I don't really
lift
train.
heavy? Go ahead. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, no, no worries. Go
um,
ahead.
I always train like in off season, even if I don't have them much. But in off season and when I'm prepping for a show, I always try to go as heavy as I can. Always trying to make sure that I'm doing things properly, like the form and the way I'm feeling the muscles. So I don't go to the gym only to lift the weight, but I try to have like 4 or 5 compound movements where I try to put a little bit more of weight, like hip thrusts, where I go to uh, like the fourth set, I would drop uh, starting on 150 or something like that to only the hip bands. And then I try to do. I try. No, I do. And then I do isolated exercises too, like cable kickbacks and things that are like boring, for me, a little bit more boring. But I try
Sure.
to, yeah, I try to, since I started lifting like heavier, I noticed that my body composition is looks better than when I just go there and lift like, okay, 20 kilos because I'm on low calories and I feel weak and okay. But we have to give everything we have, so I try to give my best, and I like to train heavy. So yeah, I try to go heavy. The
So you do.
heavier, better.
Yeah, so you do like to train heavy. So to follow
Yeah,
up
for
with
me.
that, with you being so young, one, with you, growing, continuing to grow as as you get older, and with the heavy weightlifting and so forth, do you see yourself coming out of the bikini division, maybe going to figure, trying your, hand there?
Many people ask me that. um, no, I would say no because I
No.
really, really admire the figure and even the biggest ones. But and I really like seeing the photos they post on Instagram, how deep their muscles look like, and okay, it's just amazing, and I fell in love with that every single time I see it. But in terms of social life and in terms of my own body, I would say be I would rather be the best bikini for like 3 or 4 years, like Ashley Katwasser, or than going to figure or
Yeah, okay. That's a good answer. It's just the look that you prefer for yourself.
yeah, but I really like them. Like it's
Yeah,
crazy how they
yeah.
look like.
So speaking of Ashley, why? So her coming back last year was her first time back after after leaving, winning Olympia several times. Why do you think she didn't? Well, I shouldn't say she didn't place as well, but I would have thought she would have placed higher. Do you have an opinion about that?
About the last Olympia,
Yeah, last year. Did you watch it? Do you know Ashley placed, I
yeah,
believe,
I
like
watched it.
fifth or sixth, something like that. I can't remember exactly, but I would have thought she would have done better, just the way she looked and everything.
Yeah, I don't know because I think that in bodybuilding you have to be always on stage to be remembered. Like to if you do like 7 or 8 shows, if you do them like not back to back but like close, uh, the more you appear, the most probably you will place better, I would say. So maybe because of that, she placed fifth
Hmm.
or sixth, as you said.
Right, right.
Um, yeah, but I really like her shape too, and I think that if she placed the place she did, I think it was because the other girls were better just on that day.
Hmm. Do you feel, being as young as you are, do you feel intimidated by, by the other girls that have been there for some years that are gonna, be competing in this Olympia against you?
No, I don't think so because I competed against many of them since last year, since I became pro, and they are like really my friends, like Cristobalina Pajares, and I don't know, maybe many girls that are there competing treat me like they are my older sisters,
Hmm. Yes.
so I feel the love from the girls that I know. I feel the love. The other girls that I don't know, I just don't know them, but I
Sure.
don't feel intimidated. I think it we are always there for a reason, and I will be there not for this year, and this year I will not be there to place. I will be there to have fun and see how it goes, and it's my debut. So I will go only with the mentality of having fun and remembering it when I'm older, and not just thinking about the placing and things that I focus more when I do normal shows. So they can fight. I will be only watching.
Yeah. So, I mean, this year you can just kind of see how things are, and then
Yeah,
kind of assess where you're placed, how, what's going on, and then next year I think you have a better, better understanding of the show and everything
yeah,
like that.
exactly. And having more exposure, like to the photographers and to the brands, and try to build a mini Olympian me,
Hmm.
before trying to want the biggest things that girls that are there like 7 years trying
Hmm.
to achieve that. And so I have to go step by step.
Sure. Are you signed with any company? Are you sponsored by anyone?
Yeah, regarding the supplements, yeah,
Yes. Hmm.
yeah, Prozis is my main sponsor, and it's a Portuguese brand too,
Okay.
but they are really amazing. So yeah,
Are
I
they
have
are
to.
they
I have
are
to.
they all? I'm sorry. Are they all over the world? Or are they just European? I know they're
Yeah,
from
they sell,
Portugal, but
yeah, they sell for almost everywhere. I think
okay,
to Brazil, to Canada, to all
awesome,
Europe, and yeah, they are expanding themselves too.
awesome. So at this point, do you keep up with the other divisions, or do you just strictly focus on bikini?
I know more about bikini, but maybe I
Do,
can say something about the other
okay.
ones. I will try
Do you
to.
know do you know you are you aware of the everything going on with the men's bodybuilding, the current Olympia, Sean Roden being pulled, and
Yeah,
ev-
yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh,
That thing. Yeah.
so what do you think about that? Do you think he should have been pulled from the show? Because AMI, the company that that runs the Olympia and so forth, are involved in it. They decided to take him off the Olympia because of the charges that are
hmm
against him. Do you think that was a good decision? Like, how do you feel about that? What do you think?
I don't really know how I feel about it because I think I understand both of the sides. Because from one hand, the company won't want someone that has a criminal past, I would say,
Right.
or something like it's doubtful in. in his life. So yeah, for that reason, I understand the company itself and the Olympia, because it's everything about the image, that
Right.
the Olympia passes to the fans and to the people who is standing on the computer, seeing it and not leaving it. Maybe the person doesn't live it as we do, so they think automatically, oh, okay, he's someone bad and he is winning the Olympia, so they are giving something to a bad guy. So yeah, in that
Yeah.
way, I think about it like that. But in the other hand, um, people are not that mean, and I think that until we have everything cleared, then we can make the decisions and the proper decisions. So I don't know what was the conclusion of that, or even if it came
Yeah,
already.
I think right now there hasn't been a court case yet or anything like that. They're waiting on that, but AMI decided that they were going to go ahead and just not let him compete because of the bad publicity and so forth. So
Yeah.
so there's no conclusion to it yet, but so you said you're going to compete. You thinking you're going to compete after the Olympia? Are these going to be like European shows you might want to do, or what do you think?
There are three European shows after the Olympia, I think, because everything is changing all the time. So
Mm,
for now, I think there are three. One of them is right after the Olympia, and I'm not going to do that one, which is in Italy. So I'm not going to do that one because I want to rest a bit, as I told you before, and
sure.
I'm not rushing about going to the 220 Olympia because I have many shows on in the next year.
Mm,
So I won't be crazy about it as I was before, and I burnt my brain when I did that, and I I won't do that again. So maybe if Italy or Hungary, I think it's Hungary that has the other one. Yeah, maybe I do one of them. Um, but yeah, maybe in Europe because it's not uh, something that is right in my plans. So if I decide to go, it's closer to come
mm.
in Europe.
How long are you staying in the States when you come for the Olympia?
It's not the long as I wanted to, but I'm going on Tuesday and I'm coming back on Sunday
Oh
night.
wow, that's
Yeah.
fairly short trip to come
Yeah,
overseas.
because I was before I thought I was competing in Italy, as I said you before,
Oh,
told
I
you
see.
before.
Eh,
Yeah, so I thought okay, but I have to rest here too because of the bloating and everything like that.
mhm.
So
Right,
yeah.
right. So, are your parents gonna come with you, or are you coming by yourself?
Well, sadly, no. They wanted to, but it's too expensive because
I
my
see.
flight was like 700 or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And for two, and I have a sister too, so for three is a bit too much. But they
Sure.
will be here, so I'm going with my coach.
Okay. Yeah, I completely understand. I'm originally from Russia or Ukraine, actually, and we have family in Europe. And last couple of years ago, we went to Estonia, and it was extremely expensive. So we
Yeah,
have to take breaks in in between
exactly. And
those
the
kind of
passport
trips.
thing, yeah, and the passports and the food and the staying, it's
Hmm.
everything.
Yeah.
Everything has a coin.
So
So
does the Olympia compensate for any of that, or is there a certain ranking that you have to be or placing that you have to be compensated? Do you know anything about that?
no, they pay for. They have like it doesn't. It's not called deadlines, but they have like a purchase for us, and we have to spend. If we spend like if they give like $20 and we spend 40, they pay $20 and we pay 20.
I see.
So yeah, so they give us a bit to spend on the the traveling part, and they
Mhm.
give us some nights because of the hotel that is going to be the venue.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, they help us with that, so it's really cool too.
Yeah, I guess that's better than having to pay for every
Mm,
penny yourself. So
exactly.
so hey, well, I appreciate you talking to me. I know it's really late where you are, so I wish you all the best. Thanks again for coming
Oh,
on.
thank you so
All
much.
right.
Thank you.
Well, thank you again. Take care.